Hey, besties.
Hello.
We're so back.
We're so back.
It's been, I know we recorded last week, but it feels like forever.
No, I feel like the break was way too long.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
then
a lot has gone on since then.
a
So
lot
it's
of
just been
yeah,
crazy.
a lot of lives have been lived since the last Dancing with the Stars episode, but I feel like it was kind of prep work for what it's going to be like when we don't have the show, and it's just proof that all of us are miserable without the show. So,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I can't wait to rant in a little bit, but like, I'm still just overall giddy. Like, I'm in such a good mood. And I feel like most episodes this season have been like, I didn't love it. And this episode, I feel like they could have shat on the dance floor and I would have been like, I'm just so glad it's back.
yes, even though overall I will say disappointment is a theme for me throughout tonight, but I
Yeah,
just feel like it's because my hopes were so high and I was so excited for it to come back. But I don't know.
we missed her.
We did miss her.
So we don't really have any news or anything to get into to start us off. But
There's been
it's
I thought of something now that we talked about it before
okay.
and I forgot to bring it up. Have you kept up at all with the Jen and Sasha, or like Jen's ex Devin kind of like calling out Sasha for being a girl's name and stuff like that on TikTok? Have you seen that?
I did see it, and I loved that Ezra was standing on business. I
Me
loved
too.
that.
Me too.
But like, here's the deal. Devin is doing that shit because he's a loser. He is like,
He wants to be relevant.
yes, sorry, I hiccuped. He he has nothing. Like to quote Anna Delvey, nothing.
Nothing.
So like, I don't want people to go and like respond to him because it's not even
Right.
worth it. That guy's a loser.
That was
It
my friend Hannah's take. That's what she said. She was like, it just feels like we're giving him unwanted or unwarranted attention that he doesn't deserve.
No, he doesn't deserve it. He's a loser. He sucks. He deserves zero thoughts in anyone's head.
I also
And
I also saw where Sasha came out and was like, Sasha is short for Alexander, and I've never heard that before, but I like it.
of course.
Is that a fact? I mean, I didn't know that. Did you know that
No.
Sasha was
We
short for
were,
Alexander?
we were talking about this at work literally this week, not about the Dancing with the Stars drama about the names, but we were talking about like how Jack is a nickname for John, but they're both four letters. And
Right.
that's weird. Like, it's not shorter or anything. And like Bill for William. And like, then we got on to like, how is Dick short for Richard? And everyone was like, maybe the first Richard was just like an asshole. And so everyone was like, yeah, we'll just call you Dick. Like,
I love that.
but yeah, so we were talking about that whole thing. And so, I mean, there are weird, like not weird, but like names that are nicknames or shorter versions of other things that don't necessarily make sense.
And maybe that's just I don't know. That I had just never heard that before. Maybe it's an
No,
Australian thing. I don't know.
that's right. Throw another shrimp on the bobby.
Literally. Okay, sorry, I forgot. I forgot to discuss that. But
Yeah, but we don't want to waste any more time on the loser, Devin. Which also Devin is a girl's name when spelled like that, especially. So,
and Devin, if you're listening, you're a loser. So
and
bye.
Devin, if you're listening, I just want to say if you have no haters, we're dead. So.
Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry for that aside. Anyway, jumping right back in.
Okay, so this was the 500th episode of Dancing with the Stars, which
Woohoo.
started in 2005, and I like was clutching my pearls, and I was like, "Oh, we're like old."
Oh yeah. We are. We were
Speaking of
watching
old, sorry. Happy birthday.
Oh,
Madeline's
I
birthday
know.
is tomorrow, the 13th.
So if you're listening, which you're probably listening on my birthday. So yeah, I love birthday love. So please give me some.
Yep, HBD, we love you.
Thank you.
You're the best.
32. I'm 32. That's crazy.
Wow, you're 1 year younger than the season that we're currently on.
Oh my gosh, true. Back to when we used to have 2 a year. So that made up for it.
Yes, correct.
Crazy.
But yeah, like thinking about back to the early years of this show, like if you've ever watched old YouTube clips or anything, like the quality was just so crazy. Like how we've come so far to be like super HD now. And like we
Yes, the
used to,
production value is so
yes,
high.
we used to have to call a pre-recorded line to vote for people. You would have to get on your landline phone
Yes, yes.
and dial a 1-800 number, and then you would listen to Tom Bergeron's voice tell you that you voted for Sharna and whoever, or
James.
whatever. Yes.
Yeah.
And then you would hang up, and then you would do it 9
Keep
more
doing it
times.
over
Yes.
and over and over again. And
Yes.
then they would say, "You've reached your limit." Like it would tell you that you have reached the limit. It was amazing. I
It
miss
was
that.
God, it was such a time, and we've seen so much. We saw the Tyra era, which
Yes.
we will touch on and not discuss further. No further questions at this time. We've seen one of the OG judges unfortunately
I
pass away.
know. I know.
We have seen stars from the show pass away, unfortunately.
Hmm.
We've seen pros come and go. We've seen the style of the show change 1,000 times.
The ballroom has changed so much
Yes.
too. Yeah.
Um, but I love that we're in this like Renaissance era, the
Big
resurgence
time.
of Dancing with the
Huge.
Stars.
Huge.
So that's amazing. But it's just, it makes me a little bit emotional because, like, I know when we started the podcast, we were like, your mom's favorite TV show or like your grandma's favorite TV show. And I always like joke with my coworkers. I'm like, Dancing with the Stars is tonight. And they're like, what? And I was like, yes, I am 85 years old. This is
Hmm.
the pinnacle of my week. So,
But
like,
now it's all over for everyone. Everyone's seeing it everywhere. Even my sister-in-law Abby was like, I don't watch the show at all, but I'm obsessed with Alone and Alan. And it's like everyone is seeing it now all over TikTok. And so I don't know. I'm just loving this new phase that we're in. And I want everyone to watch. And of course, listen to this podcast. So
yep,
yeah, I don't know. This show's
yes,
so
yes, yes.
special. So special for so many reasons. Lots of memories, lots of bonding time with family and friends. And I don't know, I look so forward to it every year. And I'm going to go ahead and just like make this prediction, whatever you want to call it, manifestation. I'm just going to believe so I can receive that we are going to get another season in the spring.
I would love nothing more in my life,
I just feel like we
honestly.
are too hot right now. It's too hot right now. I
Yeah.
mean, we're shattering the voting. He didn't say we shattered the voting records this week, but every week we're shattering records. More people are paying attention. More people are tuning in. And I don't know. I just have a feeling that we're going to get a second season
And I
in the
want to
spring.
give credit where credit is due, and that's to Ezra and Riley, who are younger
Gen
pros that,
Z.
yeah, they are in touch with the youths. And I feel like, especially this season, like last season and a couple seasons now, we've had TikTok play a part, but this season is totally,
It's overwhelming. Yeah.
yeah, it's everywhere. And like we'll
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit more in depth later, but it's just been really fun. And like the discourse online, like it's so interesting to see so many people's takes on something. And like it's funny because you can tell like newer viewers versus OGs, and like
Yes.
not
Yes.
that any one of them is like bad or better, but like it's just so funny to see opinions from people who either it's their first season or, maybe they've been here for a couple seasons now, versus people who are watching back in like the
The,
2000s.
right. Right.
And it's so interesting. It's a different perspective. And it's just really fun. And I'm just really glad that we have this to bring us all together because
We need it.
we've loved this show for such a long time. And so like the more the merrier.
Yes, of
We
course.
we
Always
love it.
welcome.
We love it. We love it.
Always welcome. Okay.
Really quick, I'm just gonna do our quick little shout outs here. So we can dump in to this. Which dump in. I tried to say dive and jump one week years ago and said
It's
dump,
stuck.
and it stuck. So if you're new here, hi. I'm saying that on purpose. But as always, please follow us on TikTok at Talk Dirty Dancing to Me. Follow us on Instagram at Talk Dirty Dancing to Me. And then if you want a place to share your thoughts, opinions, that's maybe a little less scary or intense than Reddit. We are part of a Facebook group that Michelle Salerno created called From Lynn, the 10 DWTS. Every single week, we have a live chat where we all kind of react to the show in real time, and it's super fun. And it's my favorite place on the internet. And yeah, so there's that. Anything else?
Did we tell him how many episodes we've recorded?
500th episode of Dancing with the Stars, and
48 episodes of Talk Dirty Dancing to Me
this
of
is
all
the
time.
this is the 49th.
Oh, so yeah, this will be the 49th because we have already published 48. So you're listening to the 49th episode. We'll cross over 50 before the end of the season, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
It's so
Wow.
crazy.
Moving up in life.
Yes, we are.
Okay, I think
Still not famous yet, but we're
not for lack of trying or wishing or wanting.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right, let's do this. Let's jump in.
Okay, let's jump in. So, the opener, we had an opener choreographed by Pasha and Danny, and they paid homage to the first ever opening number in Dancing with the Stars. They opened to Crazy in Love, the same song that kicked off the show in 2005. Sorry.
That's wild.
It's crazy. I know. I didn't even think when I was listening to it, I thought, is that really the song that opened the show? It feels like it was too soon for it to be that long ago.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Crazy in Love is not that old. And then I was like, oh,
Weird.
But it is.
But it is. It's almost 20 years old.
I know. Sorry, I don't know why I'm like having gastrointestinal distress. Call me Dwight Howard right now, I guess. But okay, so I loved this. I think Danny and Pasha absolutely slayed the house down. The choreography was amazing. I also love that, like, unlike what we see with like maybe some other people when they do choreo, like they didn't make themselves automatically the stars of the number.
Right.
Which
they did not.
I think is just so like respectable. No shade to people who do, but like
most people do is what
right. And that's fine. But I don't know. I think it just speaks to like
them.
How awesome they are.
Yeah, how great they are.
I loved so much that Sharna got her own moment.
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of crazy too. She wasn't invited back for the Lynn tribute dance, and she kind of talked about how that really hurt her feelings and stuff on Instagram. And so I was glad to see her back. She really is such an iconic part of the show, whether people loved her or not. I always had a great, like, I don't know, I just always liked her. So I was happy to see her back. She was a star in the number, so I enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah, I think that Sharna getting snubbed for the Lynn tribute was, in my opinion, because the producers roped Sharna and Cheryl into the same bucket, kind of, because they both left the show at similar times. Sharna never had bad blood with the show unless something went on that we're not privy to, which like is very possible.
Well, she also is extremely popular on Dancing with the Stars Australia. She's also a judge on the show. She's also extremely active in that show. So I don't know. I feel like
I don't know. It was just very strange. But then we know that Cheryl and Dancing with the Stars have beef now because she's been so open on her podcast talking about more controversial things.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like Sharna maybe caught some heat, like a stray bullet from that almost.
Yeah.
That wasn't deserved, but again, this is an outsider's opinion. I thought it was interesting that she was seemingly the only highlighted returning pro.
Yeah, I didn't really see much else or notice anyone else.
Well, you would have thought that like PETA or Max or Lewis or Louie.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know. And like to have like Allison there but not participate. It was just very interesting.
I saw, and Allison was in the crowd, so that was cool. We got a quick shot of her. Another thing that has really been resurfacing this week on TikTok is Max as a very intense and harsh coach. And people are starting to be like, what the hell? Like, I can't believe these people dealt with him. Like, Amber Rose and Hope Solo, like, all the videos of where Max is, like, low key being kind of crazy in his coaching. So, I don't know. He wasn't there either. And that was kind of noticeable, too.
Yeah. And not even Mark, which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Especially
I don't know.
considering that he was in LA at the studio because he was helping Riley and Steven with their dance. So I just thought it was interesting. I don't have any negative or positive feelings about it either way. I feel like in our predictions, we thought that it was going to be a lot more
We sure
focused
did.
on the past
We
than
sure
it
did.
was.
We sure did.
Um, so, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm step right up. We're ready to join the circus because we are clowns.
We also, I really missed Lynn, and I thought, I don't know, I just miss him so much, and I'm glad that like they touched on that, and it is a great show to have the original judging panel. So I've always loved that about the show, and I just miss Lynn. So
Not always love that about the show, but
yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's been something you can always point to. You know, it hasn't
yeah.
changed. Like all these other shows, they change their judges so much, and so it has been
Hmm.
a great. I don't know. It's been cool. But anyway,
It's been fun. I thought that this was awesome. I thought it was an awesome dance. I thought everyone looked great. I was trying to figure out. So I don't know if it's because Brendan and I have recently watched the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders documentary or what. But I was thinking, oh, so the people in purple are the like quote unquote veterans of the show, and then the people in pink are newer. But then I was like, no, that doesn't make sense because Riley's in purple, Danny and Pasha are in pink. So I was trying to figure out how they broke that up,
I I don't know. I didn't get
but
it. I
I
didn't
don't
get it.
know. I didn't understand. I don't think it hurt or helped, but I was just confused. So
Hmm.
maybe they just ran out of pink numbers and were like, okay, you guys will be in purple. I don't know. Um, and then I do have one comment from our Facebook chat. Meredith Ann said the opening number was giving the dance off scene from White Chicks. And
I
they kept
love I
cutting
love
back
a
to the
dance off.
guys and the girls. It was so fun.
Yeah, I love a dance off. So
Okay,
it was cute.
let's.
We got to get into it. Get
Yeah, we
into the
gotta.
dances.
Sorry, we're yapping.
We stay yapping. Okay. First up, we had Joey and Jenna. They had a contemporary to Work song by Hosier. This was their interpretation slash inspiration dance from Riker and Allison's season 20 contemporary. And I'm so glad that we recapped all of these dances last week so that we don't have to recap
Oh
all
my
of them
god.
this week.
Same. Okay, so here's the deal. They said that everyone was doing like a tribute dance that was inspired by a previous iconic dance. Okay.
And
We
then they completely
changed
changed that
it.
mentality. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it was the only thing was the style of dance and the song.
yeah,
That's it. That's literally all.
yeah.
And so I'm just like, oh, was the inspiration in the room with us? Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I mean, I don't think that and I'm not saying it's because we predicted this, so we should be right. Like, it's not even that. It's like, I was hoping to see that at least in costuming or like maybe some of the more iconic moves or parts of these dances, they would like pay homage to that.
Yeah.
But
Got none of it.
no, it was two totally different dances just to the same song and in the same style. So I was like really disappointed overall because it just felt weird to be like, this is their tribute to this dance. Their dance is inspired by this dance, but then it's literally, it has nothing to do with the original dance except for the song and style.
Right.
So
And
I was bummed.
the only thing I could think of all night was like, this just could have been so much cooler. I mean, 500th episode, if we're going to use inspiration from these dances, then let's have a video call or something with these people, or like,
Yes.
or like have them come in for coaching, or I don't even know if it was going to be like what it was. I wish they didn't even do it because it didn't
Right.
really
Right.
feel
Yeah.
authentic to me at
Yes.
all.
And it makes me wonder if Disney doesn't own the rights to the old Dancing with the Stars
Mm.
episodes because like they didn't even, I think Katie Boyd said this in the Facebook group and I'm so sorry if that's incorrect. That she wanted them to show at least a clip of the original dance
And they hardly did.
in the package. They didn't at all.
Yeah. I don't know.
And,
Good
and
thing we
I'm like,
watched them all because we
yeah, but
knew.
like why? I don't get it. Like, and there's been a lot of talk about like, hey, put the old seasons on a streaming service or whatever. So that's what makes me wonder if it's like a owning the rights issue
Yeah, yeah.
or what. But it felt like
It was all
they,
just cheap. I don't know. It was cheap.
yes, they promised us something and then
No
they
one
didn't.
delivered.
No, they didn't deliver. And I think the dances tonight were the best we've seen from almost everyone.
Yes, yes.
And so I felt bad being disappointed because I wasn't disappointed in the dances that they did. But when you're telling me that this is inspired by and supposed to be a tribute to another amazing dance, it just
Yeah.
it doesn't hit.
Yeah, and then in the package, like when Joey's like, "I'm really inspired by Riker and Allison's dance in season 20." It's like, what?
Yeah.
Production assigned you a dance, and now you just have to pretend like you're extremely inspired by it. Like now, it's all feeling fake to me because it's like I would have rather them just be
Yes.
like, "Here was the dance, and this is what you're supposed to recreate." That's it,
This
not
entire
pretend.
this entire episode could be summed up in one word: gaslighting. Production really thinks that we all millions of us that watch this show share one collective brain cell and just pass it amongst each other.
Which sometimes we do,
No,
but
just you and I. Let's give our listeners and other viewers some credit here. But
that's
like,
true.
I mean, it why are we pretending? I don't understand. It really put a bad taste in my mouth and I was so excited and I was like, why are we doing
Yeah.
this? And like, I don't know. So okay.
We need to yeah, go into Joey for sure.
Yeah, sorry. That was just an overarching
That
theme.
also like that saves us a lot of time because now we've gotten that out of the way and now I feel like we can just talk about the dances.
Yes. Okay. So starting off with Joey and Jenna, the aerial view from the top of the piano was very much giving Jack and Rose on the door in Titanic. This was kind of what I was expecting in that I didn't think that he would have the emotional connection that I was hoping for.
Right.
It was supposedly about their partnership and how strong their partnership is, which I don't doubt. I think they're amazing. I think he's such a beautiful dancer. I think he's so talented. But like the connection just wasn't there for me. There was absolutely nothing wrong with this dance. The choreography was wonderful. But again, part of, like you said last week, going first is a curse. Coming in, thinking what we thought last week, I'm like watching, like looking for some like semblance of Allison and Riker's dance, and there was none. So I was immediately just like deflated. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if maybe that is what put me off of it, or I didn't get the vibe of the original dance. I was so proud of him because his lifts were so
Incredible.
strong. They were
Yes.
so much better. I was so proud of him.
Me too.
But I don't believe the two of them together when they're doing a passionate dance.
Yeah. So I enjoy Joey doing this style. I thought it was a very strong dance for him and I enjoyed watching it. You could tell that he put in so much work. You could really tell that he worked on his strength a lot and the lifts were great. But their connection and romance, it's not believable at all. Like it's like
Mm-mm.
it just there's no chemistry there. I don't know. And I get that. I know that they're not really romantically involved, but like guys, help us believe it. But again, Joey's not an actor or a dancer, so I can see where he's having some problems with that. What I think will be Joey's perfect 10 dance is whenever he is extremely believable. So I look forward to that for him. So his scores. He got a 9 from Kirian, a 10 from Derek, and a 9 from Bruno for a score of 28 out of 30.
And like I said, I don't think there was anything wrong with this dance. We saw the Hobbit feet. He let the dogs out.
I forgot to look.
They were fine. You couldn't tell. They weren't like
Okay.
super hairy or grotesque or anything like that.
Thank
nothing
God.
nothing to write home about. But I was kind of wilding out that Derek gave a 10 right out of the gate.
Me
because
too.
I just didn't see it here. Because it didn't make me feel anything necessarily. And that's not a bad thing. I still enjoyed it, but I didn't have like an emotional reaction to it. So I was surprised. But I mean, hey, different strokes for different folks, I guess. What'd you think?
I think it was fine. The scores were fine. It was an all nines dance for me, but I still did really like it. But whatever. Okay, moving on. Danny and Whitney. They had a quick step to Hey Pachuco. Elio and Julianne season 5 dance was their inspiration.
I love that in the package, Danny was like, when the dance that stands out to me is Elio and Julianne in season 5. And I was like, oh my God, the guy with the cue cards, just like put him in the frame. Like, we know
Yeah.
he's there. Like,
I think Danny was probably extremely preoccupied during season 5 of Dancing with the Stars. Like he was probably like
he was probably in high school like the rest of us. No, he's almost
he's
40. He's
older.
30. He's 39.
He was probably like gearing up for the NFL or something at that point. I need to look up his
He was
career.
in college, so I can guarantee you that he was not watching
I
Dancing
can
with the Stars.
guarantee you he knew this dance off the top of his head.
He's been practicing this dance in his bedroom for years.
I'm cracking up. Okay, what'd you think about it?
Okay, so Amy Linder was on fire tonight in the Facebook group. She said they're giving Fairly Odd Parents, Cosmo and Wanda with the costuming, which was so funny. Okay, I was so concerned about this for him, like
Me too.
in a huge way, and I think the thing with Danny, he starts off kind of like Alona tends to do, where like the first 8 count or 2 is a little timid because
Harry. Yeah, it's like it's just like wrong.
the nerves. You can tell it's like, but then once they get into it, they like get in the zone, lock in, and just slay it. So the beginning, I wasn't sure, but then about 30 seconds in, I was like, oh, hell yeah, go off. Like, I was so impressed. This was so much better than I was expecting. And he was a little ahead of the beat, especially when we got to the hat moment, which was so cool. Whitney choreographed the shit out of this. She threw a lot at him, and he handled it very well, I thought. I think if he can get his nerves under control and start strong and finish strong, that will be the biggest improvement for him, because he's shown that he has talent.
For
It's
sure.
not as natural as other people, which is neither good nor bad. I typically prefer an underdog, but like in this case, I can see that like he hasn't had like a linear journey. Like,
he has not. Yeah.
and that's fine. But my expectations were pretty low, and so he like blew me out of the water on this.
Yeah, I thought that their outfit was not. I was excited to hopefully see another like all yellow moment. We didn't get that, but
the dancing bananas.
Right, I was really hoping for that. I think this dance was probably the hardest to emulate if you had to make me choose. Like of all of them, this would have been the hardest one for any of these pros or any of these stars, excuse me. I think that this was a hard one to match up. It had super high energy. I thought he did a really good job because it was so much better than I expected. It was definitely still offbeat and stiff in some moments. Like this wasn't going to be his perfect 10 dance, but I think it was a really, really solid dance for him. I thought there was so much more content this week. What I loved is they never stopped dancing and they moved all across the floor, which is exactly what I wanted from him. And I felt like this was a good example of growth for him, for me. Because I feel like I've seen that, of course, he has potential, but this was the first time I really felt like, okay, he's put in the work, he's doing the moves, and he's doing a really good job. So I thought we got their scores. They got all 9s for 27 out of 30, and I thought that was very fair. And I look forward to his perfect 10 dance. I don't know what that's going to be or take, but I look forward to that for him.
Yeah, I was really happy for him. I really, really actually liked the use of the troupe in this dance.
Oh, me too. That was cute.
I think they added to it and didn't distract from him. I was so impressed with his footwork. He and Whitney matched up. I mean, obviously, it wasn't a perfect 10 dance, so there were moments where it was like,
right.
but his footwork and the height of his legs was so on par with Whitney for the majority of the dance. I was just really pleased with him, especially knowing what we know now about how he's had to have all these surgeries and plates put in different parts of his body. And so it makes a little bit more sense to me why he's stiff.
Right.
Danny, if you're listening.
Also, I looked it up. He was in his senior year of football at Texas Tech when this episode came out. And it was like football season, so I'm sure he was watching.
Yeah, definitely.
He was
I bet the Red Raiders had like a watch party probably every Tuesday night.
He 100% knew who the champion of Dancing with the Stars was that fall. For
Yeah,
sure.
1,000%. I do want to call out that Danny's friends,
Were they grown this time?
they were children again.
Oh gosh, maybe
There
he's
was-
like bringing kids or something.
Okay, Trevor Donovan. I just want to say that in the club,
We all fam.
We're all Danny's friends.
We all fam.
They could show anyone.
I love that.
And we're all Danny's friends. No, but I was super proud of him, honestly.
Me too. Good job, Danny.
Way to go, Danny.
Next up, Dwight and Daniela's Argentine Tango to Santa Maria by the Gotan Project. This was a inspired dance from James and Sharna season 23 Argentine Tango.
Okay. I might catch some heat for this, but I'm ready.
Okay,
I got
you
my
go first. Or do you want me to
on.
go? Do you want me to go first?
I'll
Okay.
go. I'm going to speak my truth.
Okay, go.
Daniela with the stage so that she could actually dance in frame with Dwight. Genius. Dwight did not do a ton of footwork. He actually didn't do any leg interlocking where he did the kicks or flicks. But what he did, I was so proud of him. It was so smooth, so fluid. It looked intentional. He looked locked in. He's not as great of a dancer as everyone left at this point, and that's fine.
Right.
But he was so focused on nailing this. Every move was intentional.
Yeah.
I was so proud of his footwork, honest to God, because I thought it was going to be a mess. I thought it was going to be stumbling around. I love him, but I just didn't think that he was going to be able to do this. Physical limitations with the height difference aside, I didn't think that something as technical as the Argentine Tango would be something that he would succeed at. So for me, this was really, really good. I know people are like, he didn't do anything and then he threw her around a lot, which he did, but it was stunning. It was so amazing. But looking actually at, because I've watched this a second time since the show, the footwork that he did, while it wasn't the primary focus, was really impressive to me, considering what we've seen from him this season.
So if you listen to last week's episode, I talked about how you and I both talked about how the height difference and the frame issue was going to be really at the forefront for Argentine Tango. Yeah. I suggested stilts, but she really came out with the stage, and I don't think there's any other way that she could have done it. I don't think there's any other way that they could have made this successful and really look good and normal. I thought there were so many impressive moments in this dance. Dwight, we knew, was the weakest dancer coming into this week that was left. We knew that. But I feel like he still had such good character. He was a believable, leader for the dance, even though Daniela's always going to be the star when she's in a dance. I mean,
when she's in a room.
When she's dancing with anyone, she's all you're looking at. So, I can see that argument of well, I only watch Daniela, but I always only watch Daniela. So, I don't know. She's a master at her craft. I thought that that one-handed lift that they did was so wild. I mean, it was I want to print that out and frame it in my house, a photo of that. I don't really feel like this dance, a lot of people said, it's masked by the tricks and he's really, not doing that much. I thought that there was a good amount of content in this dance. I mean, I felt like he was doing all that he could do. I mean, what do you want? Like we talked about this last week. It's like, what do you want from them? Like to try this on the ground and he's gonna have to just hold her in the air. I don't know, whatever. I loved that
So,
the
so we are agreeing in our positive response to the stance, even though most people seem to have not felt that way.
so, and I can see like the other part of me is like I can see the frustration because I felt the same way last week about Danny not moving, in my opinion. So like I can see the frustration, but I don't know. I feel like this was again a really good, masterful job by Daniela. I don't know. His legs definitely needed some work. I also agree with that, but I don't know. It was very entertaining and fun to watch. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that they were here this week. So their scores, they got an 8 from Kirian, a 9 from Derek, and a 9 from Bruno for a 26 out of 30.
I think this could have been 2 8s, 1 9. But I think that I'm fine with the 8 9 9 because he really, I mean, again, just kind of like with Danny, my expectations were pretty low here.
Right.
And he came out and did
His very best.
a lot more than I thought. Oh my God. They say that to him later in the show and we'll talk about it, but
You did your best.
you did your best. Just into me.
Hawk to.
Talked.
Just.
I don't know. I felt like I don't know if this is what it feels like to be a dance mom,
Yes,
but
it
I was
is.
like, look at our baby. Look at Dwight. Like, I was so proud. There was not a moment that he was goofy, silly, didn't. He looked like he knew what he was doing the whole way through, which is a lot to say for him this season.
Yeah.
And so I was just really proud. I felt like a proud parent watching
Oh,
our baby grow up.
I don't know. I really liked it. I did. Okay. Another dance I really liked. Stephen and Riley, Viennese Waltz to Glimpse of Us, the Charlie and Mark season 31 inspired Viennese Waltz.
So this is the only teaching moment that we got, and I'm pissed.
I know we
Not
could have just used so much more. And I feel like the
the
other stars could be
packages.
like, where were y'all? Where were y'all?
Yeah, the packages were cut so short. We didn't get to see anything really, except for them going, the dance that inspired me was blah blah, like the most scripted shit. Like this whole show felt so fake. It
Yeah.
felt like a parody almost, like an SNL
Cheap.
skit. Yes.
Cheap. Cheap.
Um, but I was really excited for Steven that he got to have time with Mark because, I mean, like we talked about last week, he was given the role of the pro in this dance. And so I was super nervous for him, especially with a waltz where it's not normal. It's a waltz is on threes, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, which
Mm-hmm.
a Viennese
Rise and fall
waltz
and rise
is
and fall. Yeah.
yeah is faster, so it's a little bit different. But still, like he struggled with his timing, so I was a little bit nervous that this might be too much
His
going on.
downfall. And it's such an impossible dance to emulate. Like, be for real.
Yes, yes, and I was like choked up with this. Like
Oh, it was so good.
it
It
was
was so
so
good.
beautiful. It was so, like I said, everything Dwight did was intentional. Steven, I've talked about this before this season. Like he doesn't have the musicality
No.
in his dancing. It's more like frantic, like I'm doing all the steps.
He memorizes it and then just tries to do it as fast as he can.
Yes, this he absolutely nailed it.
It was
He
so
could
good.
not, and I love being proved wrong by this because last week with his contemporary, I was like, I don't know that he'll get better than this. I was so wrong.
Yes,
I
you
was so wrong,
were.
and
Ah,
I love it. I love being wrong here.
I do
Um,
too.
his musicality was so beautiful. It was so gorgeous. I was so pissed that there was so much fog.
This was so good. It was so good. This was Steven's best dance for me all
It was
season.
it was maybe the best dance
Of
of the night.
it was my favorite dance of the night if I had to pick one. I thought this is growth. This is the perfect example of growth on Dancing with the Stars. Someone who comes in, I think his athleticism and ability to memorize a routine is very beneficial for this show. However, everything else, like the musicality, the things he has the number one issues with, he doesn't get. That's not I guess like
You
a
can't
pro.
practice it.
Yeah, it's
It
not a
it just
pro of,
has to happen.
right, not a pro of being a gymnast. It's just kind of like what comes with the territory, I guess. But like he absolutely killed this dance. I was clapping. I was like, he was getting a standing O from me. Standing O, as Alfonso likes to call
I was
me.
about to say, okay, Alfonso.
I know. I could not have loved this dance more. I don't think he could have done a better job at this dance. If the goal was to be inspired by Charlie and Mark's Viennese waltz, then they absolutely nailed it. I think this was the best dance of the night when it came to paying homage to an inspirational previous dance. I think they did the best job overall, and Steven performed the best job overall.
Yeah. And again, it's the shock factor with Steven, Dwight, Danny, where my expectations were kind of low just because the task was so daunting, and all of them have like they proved me wrong, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So Steven got a 10 from Kirian, a 10 from Derek, and a 9 from Bruno. And when I tell you, I wish I would have recorded our reaction when Steven did not get all 10s because I literally was devastated. I was completely shocked. I really thought he was going to get perfect score. I really did.
I was really bummed as well. Um, I loved that Alfonso made the comment, Bruno's gonna have a hard time getting out of here tonight.
Yeah, seriously.
Thanks,
Seriously.
Julianne.
Up to you. It's the C in the skybox. Yeah, like
Yeah. But it, and like we were so hard on Carrie Ann last week with Chandler. But like same thing here. Bruno,
I know Bruno was scoring low tonight.
he was also he gets out of pocket in the next dance, and we'll talk about it because we try to be equal opportunity haters here on this podcast. um,
Everyone's at risk of being hated week to week.
Correct, including us.
Yeah, literally.
But no, I was so proud. It was like again, like I felt with Dwight, like our little baby Steve. Like, look at him. I feel like we've
Mhm.
nurtured him and loved him and watched him grow and blossom and come into his own. And I was so proud of him.
Yeah, he did amazing. I was bummed he didn't get a perfect score, but I don't know. Maybe he'll even continue to get better and prove all of us wrong. Okay. Next up, Chandler and Brandon, Argentine Tango, inspired by Kelly Pickler and Derek Huff's season 16 Argentine Tango.
She was locked the hell in.
Yeah, I think. Did you? I'm so curious. Well, we'll talk about the dance first, and then I'll ask you the question that I have on my chest. I thought it was a powerful dance, strong acting, believable strength. I still don't really believe their sexiness. Like,
Mm-mm.
I'm still not all in on sexy, but I still feel like everything else outweighed that for me. I loved the outfits. I think she has nowhere to go, but she can't go better than this. Like, she can't get better than this. This was perfect. I think the only thing that they could improve is sexual chemistry, and like that's a very hard thing I think for these two because they're so brother and sisterly. But
Mm-hmm.
I still like I was just so proud of her when this was over. Um Here is an example of a dance that I didn't really feel was similar at all to Derek and Kelly's.
Yeah, they
Um
didn't give you your split
They
spins.
did not give me a split spin, but I just think it's because Chandler and Kelly's body types and height difference, like it's so different. They're so different that the dance was
Mm-hmm.
going to look completely different anyway, which is what I kind of talked about last week. But I still think they just did such an incredible job. Brandon, kudos to Brandon. He choreographed such a beautiful dance, like another dance that I'm going to be thinking about, just like her dance last week. So good job, Brandon. You're killing it this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I I thought Brandon's choreo absolutely ate. I was so proud. I will say that I noticed, especially at the beginning, that she was a little bit wobbly on her feet, which part of that is because she was on one foot for a lot of it. So
Mm-hmm.
let me be very clear. This is not me saying that she did a bad job. I'm just saying I noticed it, which like when you're doing a standing split, which like I could never, whom amongst us.
Yeah, literally.
Um, and then the lift at the end was a little bit messy and not quite as fluid as I would have liked.
I think it looked better in their practice video that they showed
I
and like the
agree.
TikTok that they did.
I agree. And I don't, this was me like actually, because they're so good.
They're so good. They're
I
perfect.
love watching them. I think she's so beautiful. I think she's so talented. I love their partnership. I love their friendship. So I was like really looking to try and see like where there could even be improvement because and it's not because I want her to go home or anything like that. It's just she's of a different caliber, honestly, honest to goodness.
Yeah.
She's just such a natural at this. Um I loved it. I again it's just, I feel like we were bamboozled. I feel like we were led astray. Like, y'all are telling us this is going to be a tribute and inspired by this dance, and then you give us
It was just another Argentine tango to this dance.
to the song, yeah.
You know what I mean, to the song, sorry. It's late. Just another Argentine tango to the same song.
Right. Like, that was literally the only thing that was,
No silhouettes, like nothing.
nope, nope,
Nothing.
nope. And so I just don't, I feel like we
We
missed
got
the,
duped. We got
yeah,
duped.
we got bamboozled.
So, perfect score. First perfect score of the season.
But let's talk about the absolutely unhinged behavior at the judging panel. Bruno and Derek are like lifting their legs
Oh my
up.
God, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Amy Linder goes, Bruno needs to be tased.
He literally.
Alex Crook goes, Auntie Bruno doing the most tonight. And then in like a total like 180 from last week, Carrie Ann is like, guys, boys, calm down.
Calm down.
And I was like, what is happening? Are we in the Twilight Zone? And so Lauren Krieger, I think is how you say it, said Carrie Ann got a visit from HR this week.
And the other two were left out of the meeting, apparently.
Yes. So the best thing, so in the like 15 minutes in between the show ending and us starting recording, I was scrolling TikTok, obviously, to see what the people had to say.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's making the rounds on TikTok right now?
Bruno doing the straddle in Derek's face.
Oh, but they've set it to Juno by Sabrina Carpenter. Where they go, have you ever tried it this way?
Oh
and
my God.
Bruno with the leg, like...
Straight up first.
The V.
Mm-hmm.
The V for victory. I just...
Obsessed.
It's incredible. I've reposted it on our TikTok, which, hi, hello. If you missed it the first time, at Talk Dirty Dancing to me, follow us. Okay, bye. I was disappointed with this perfect score because, one, I feel like she should have gotten it last week, and so they were maybe overcompensating this week. And two, I feel like Steven's dance was just as good as this.
I'm with you. But I'm happy for her. She did deserve it after last week, so.
Yes, and I love her, and I'm glad she finally got the respect that she deserved.
Me too. Put some respect on her name.
Hell
okay.
Yeah.
Next up, Alona and Alan. They had a quick step, and it was inspired by Jordan and Lindsay. Sorry, I hate it. It was inspired by Jordan and Lindsay season 25 quick step to Chuck Berry by Pharrell Williams.
Why? Honestly, why?
I don't know.
This is the least memorable dance. This song, like, no shade to Pharrell and his big ass hat, but like, this song doesn't do it. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. The only thing I can think about right now is "Duh Dip" by Freak Nasty.
Wait.
I know. I'm sorry.
Let it have its time.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
Back to Chuck Berry by Pharrell Williams. The quick step.
Everyone's favorite song, banger, chart topper, Chuck Berry by Pharrell Williams.
So, okay. Another dance that I was very nervous for, had very low hopes.
Yes, because again, she was tasked with the part of the pro.
Right. And then this one, Jordan and Lindsay and Alan and Alona could not be more different when it comes to couples. That they just could not be any more different. But I think this was Alona's best dance of the season. I was absolutely gobsmacked by how much I love this dance.
Gobsmacked?
Like, I didn't have any, like, I couldn't believe how good it was. She was on cue. She was confident from start to finish. A lot of her dances, she starts off slow. If she messes up, she can't keep up. Like, she loses it.
She breaks down. Yeah.
She loses it, breaks down. She had a smile plastered on her face the whole time. I don't know who told her, like, who she had a come to Jesus meeting with that was just like, Alona, go out there and just have fun. But that's what she did. Like, she seriously killed it. I'm so impressed, and I think Alan did a great job with this one too. Thought it was cool when they went behind the judges. That was neat.
Yes, so
Yeah.
fun.
There was just like some creativity there that was different from, I'm so glad they didn't put all the psychedelic crazy shit all over the ground like we talked about.
Well, why would they? They didn't even dress people the same.
Right. So again, I mean, I was prepared to be hallucinated or whatever during the dance, but I wasn't. It was so good. Best dance of Alona's season. I'm so proud of her. It was her time. She finally got her 10.
Yes.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Oh
Finally
my
got her
God, you every time. Um, I again, like last week, I was very nervous about this. I was beaming the entire time this was happening. It's like she woke up, said, I'm going to kick some ass today, put her feet on the floor,
10. Mm-hmm.
went about her business. She shut up on the dance floor, calm, cool, collected.
Yep.
And once the music kicked off, she just picked him up and put him down. She has not looked that natural and
Yep.
unbothered or worried, concerned in her head the entire season. It was like I think she and Alan practiced it to the point where she was like, I could literally do this in my sleep. And I think it served her very well. I felt, again, the proud mom in me. I was like, look at our girl. Like,
Yeah.
because it's getting to the point, and I've been very nervous about this because there comes a point in every season where no matter how much you love the star, they reach their peak and they can't do better. And I was getting so nervous that we were about to get there with Alona, and it was going to absolutely break my heart to admit, like, maybe she's the one who needs to go home next.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so worried that that's where we were. And then she comes out and has this breakout performance that I've been hoping, praying, waiting for. I was so proud. Her frame was good. Her footwork, she looked like she weighed 10 pounds. She and
Light
Alan
on
were
her feet. I mean, it was
perfectly in
amazing.
sync. Yes, I was so, so happy for her. I was so proud of her. She looked like she was having the best time of her life.
She
I
really is
just,
just the best. She really is just the best. I think
I
she has the
know.
best personality. She's just magnetic. You can't not root for her. I think that
Mm-hmm.
that's everyone else. I think that's what makes everyone else nervous about her is
Mm-hmm.
that everyone is just obsessed with her and she just is gonna get votes because she's
Yes.
amazing.
But
And now she's doing even better.
I know.
So,
Well, I was worried it was going to be not a Bobby Bones situation because nothing will ever be like that, but like a situation where she wasn't getting by on her own merit, but more people's love for her, which is so valid and warranted. She's amazing. She's wonderful. I love this woman. I think she's just I think that she hung the moon. But I was going to be disappointed if she turned out to be the winner or in the final or whatever. And she didn't get to have this moment where she showed, like, hell yeah,
yeah.
I can do this.
Or actually show improvement, but she is and it
Yes.
can't be denied now.
Yes. And I was so happy for her. She absolutely nailed it. She nailed it. And I was just like, the power pony was on point. I loved the little pant outfit that they had her in. So cute.
Mhm.
Like a deconstructed jumpsuit situation. I
Oh,
was just
she's
so
the best.
I was so proud. I was so happy.
Me too. I love her. So she got a 10 from Carrie Ann, a 9 from Derek, and a 9 from Bruno for her highest score of the season, a 28 out of 30. Great job, Alona.
Yay, Alona. And yay, Alan. Way to go, Alan.
Way to go, Alan. You did it.
You did it.
Okay, so then we had the instant dance challenge after we wrapped up the first half of the show. And in the instant dance challenge, each couple had approximately 5 minutes, I guess, to choreograph.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, had 5 minutes to choreograph and learn a new dance before they performed it. They had never been told what style they were going to do or what song they were going to do it to. All they knew was that it was going to be a dance style that they had done in the first 4 weeks of competition.
Mm-hmm.
So Joey and Jenna went first, and it's like they pulled open, like it's like he was blindfolded, what they kind of pan to, because he was the first one for us to even know what was going on. So he's blindfolded. He lifts up this ball and it says their dance style. And then he chooses rumba. And then they tell them, okay, well, you're doing rumba to Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish.
Okay. Before we get into the first dance, let's talk about the TikTok live of it all.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what even happened there.
All right. It was like, okay. We live stream, or don't live stream, but like actively participate in a live chat every week. So like we're used to multitasking, like watching the chat, watching the dance. You and I are taking notes for the podcast. Like we're juggling a lot of things, right? So it's not, I know we say we have one brain cell, but like it's multifaceted.
We're doing a lot.
Right. So this just added a new layer. And so luckily, part of it was happening on commercial break. So I went to TikTok and joined the live, and I was watching. It wasn't doing it for me, specifically because the TikTok live wasn't matching up with the live showing on television. And so, like, it was way ahead. So I couldn't do both.
Yeah, because while it's a live show, it's still not exactly live. I mean, I even remember whenever I went in person, when I walked out of the door, there was still like 20 minutes of the show left airing.
Right.
And so it's not really, they've got to keep some time in there in case something kind of crazy goes along or whatever happens during the show. But I didn't even try to get on the live stream. I knew that it was going to be Ezra and Emma doing them, but I don't know.
I think that
it was just too much.
It was too much. I like that they tried something new. I like that they tried to engage their audience. I mean, people loved it. When the last time I checked, which was probably Steven and Riley, they had almost 5 million likes on the live alone.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. Okay.
So obviously some people really liked it. For me, it was just too much. It was very funny because I was just listening to snippets like on commercial break. Ezra and Emma did sound very much like commentators like at the Olympics, which was funny.
Okay, cute.
But yeah, I'm not going to say it failed because, I mean, they tried something new and it is not without its hiccups. But I think Ezra and Emma did a great job. I think it was a great idea. I just think in the execution with trying to match up with a live television program was maybe
too
flawed.
Much.
Yeah. But kudos to them for trying something new and trying to engage their audience in multiple platforms at once. But okay, now I'm ready for Joey and Jenna.
So Joey and Jenna go. Joey chooses rumba.
In the half mirror ball.
I wanted to call it a coconut, but whatever. Rumba to Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish.
So I thought it was so strange when they come out and they're in their robes. They're ready for their spa treatment.
It was so weird. Come on.
Like, what? Are we really supposed to think they're, like, in their pasties and dance belt under there? Like, what?
I know. And then the silhouettes of them changing. I'm like...
It was giving Love is Blind. It was giving that scene in National Treasure where Nicolas Cage and the lady are in side-by-side dressing rooms at Urban Outfitters. I just thought it was so produced. And this is like where what we were talking about earlier. It's like, y'all are gaslighting us so hard.
Yeah, this is where we just like, this is just really where it kind of went south for me. And I can kind of even wait for the end, but until after we talk about Joey's dance, because I'll get too into it. But so.
Well, okay, sorry. Back to the changing room portion of it. Why are we treating this like an episode of What Not to Wear? As well as Dancing with the Stars? Are they being judged on fashion or are they being judged on dancing?
And like, are we really supposed to believe that all of those costumes that are lined up, like that the costume for Rumba is going to fit Dwight? And that the costume for that the girls cha-cha, like that everything's gonna be able to fit each other. Like Dwight wouldn't be able to wear any of the same clothes as any of those other people. Like they had to have known, they had to have, I don't know.
Yeah, because they
I don't
didn't
know.
reuse the outfits from the original dance.
No, but they sure did reuse all their dance moves. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. So Joey and Jenna, rumba to birds of a feather. They're instant rumba. To have been made up in 5 seconds, sure, it was great, but also I'm not entertained by this because I would much rather watch a dance that they actually got to practice for the last hour of the show. I would rather watch all of the couples come out and do something that they actually practiced for more than 20 minutes of practice session. He had Major Tico the squirrel hands in this dance. His feet were very flat. He did have good musicality, which carried him through the dance, but everything else, it was floppy and it wasn't good. Everything else, it was floppy. It wasn't good. I wasn't entertained at all. So, and that was the common theme for me throughout the whole entire Instant Dance Challenge.
I just felt so gaslit. I felt like they were like
Gaslighting with the stars. That's how tonight felt.
literally. And like we're so far in the competition. Like these people have grown and progressed, and so instead of showcasing like what they've gotten good at, we're like, here, let's watch you try and come up with something in 10 minutes, like you and your cousin at performing for your parents.
Right. I can see how this would be a fun challenge for a real ballroom dance competition. But these people who are not dancers do not know how to do this. And we're wasting everybody's time. This episode could have been so much cooler. We could have done a group dance. We could have done a trio. We could have done a swap partners or a redemption dance. We could have done something so much better, or even a freaking dance off, for crying out loud.
But okay, we're at this point in the competition. Why are we throwing something that no one is going to absolutely nail? Or maybe 1 to 2 people will do an amazing job and everyone else is going to look bad. Why?
And that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. We saw who the clear front runners were, but that's because they're the most talented dancers that are left. And so, I don't know. Do you even want to talk about, like, how do you want to do this? Because now we're spending too much time on Joey.
I liked this instant rumba, better than I liked his contemporary.
What? I'm shocked.
Yeah, I did, because at least it was something, like, but I think part of that too is because he went first and I thought it was going to be an homage to Allison and Riker's dance, and it just wasn't. Okay. So I was thinking, if they're going to do this, then they're going to use a different scale, because how the hell can you even judge this the same as what we just did in the first half of the show, which was great for everyone.
Right.
But they were like, no.
Yeah.
We're going to use this
full scoring system, which doesn't make any sense.
No. And it's like, did they grade on a curve? Like, I don't, it was a mess. It was a whole mess. After watching Joey and Jenna and the acting, why? So here's what I think happened. Instead of being like, oh my God, I think they went over simple steps, simple choreography for every style of dance available. They made up a little routine and then they just practiced it to the song for 5 minutes. That's the only way these could have been as good as they were.
Well,
honestly.
I think everything that they did was they said, okay, we're going to go through all the dances we did week 1 through 4, and we're just going to rehash that 5/8 counts of that choreography. Mm-hmm. And then when we get there, we hope it matches up with the song, because that every single dance that every person did is the exact dance that they performed before. And that's why I feel like this whole section was such a disservice, because it was so boring to be a viewer who actually paid attention the first 4 weeks of the show, because all we did was watch them do the exact same dance that they have already done worse than they did it the first time. Every single person.
Yes. Yes.
But whatever. So that was Joey and Jenna. They got all 9s, 27 out of 30. Don't really know how you could compare that, but I guess that's good. So anyway, moving on. Danny and Whitney had a last minute instant dance jive song to Good Golly Miss Molly.
This is third jive of the season.
which is a lot.
That's
And he had
the most jives.
it was a quick step tonight, right?
He
Yeah.
did.
So
But
similar styles.
yeah.
Not saying they're the same at all, but they're similar.
I didn't hate it. It was Top Gun wearing a wig.
Right. It was the exact same beginning to the dance-off dance too, which was their cha-cha. Because they
No,
knew
they had a
salsa.
jive. They had a jive in the dance off. This is his third jive. He did a jive to Top Gun. He did a jive last week in the dance off, and now he's got a jive for his instant dance. I love Danny. I think he is. I would lick the sweat off of his bare chest when he's in the skybox. However, I don't need to see 3 jives from him. I'm so sorry.
3 not great jives from him. We need to be done with the jive. We need to move on from the jive.
The jive has jived.
It's jived a lot. So he got all 8s. I'm sorry, 24 out of 30.
I just don't understand. What is the criteria for this? Like, we already have beef with the fact that we don't know the criteria for your standard week-long dance practice dance. That's like the whole point. And then we have this like weird 5-minute thing. Half of it is spent in the dressing room, like dressed to impress.
And then they're walking around with an iPhone, like trying to listen to the music.
both listen to it. And
please. It was not good. Okay. Dwight and Daniela, Paso to Victorious by Panic at the Disco. I can't. This song is so insane to give these two for Paso. Criminal, unfair.
Straight to jail.
Unjust. Like, you can't even pretend that this is a fair challenge at this point.
And then Daniela was like, oh, let me pick the outfit with the skirt that's going to absolutely fuck me up.
Well, that's the other thing. It's like, that's the other thing that screwed everyone. It's like they didn't even get to practice in their outfits, which was clearly a disservice to Daniela because she tripped all over her dress.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I don't know.
However, I do want to call out that Dwight low-key saved the day. He saved the dance.
I mean,
he picked her up. I watched him. He like yeeted her off the floor and was like, get up, bitch. We got to keep going.
They gave him really, I feel, unfair scores.
But how do you, what even is the criteria?
Well,
it was such a waste of time.
It was a waste of time. And that's why I feel like the whole challenge was unfair because it's like, okay, the bad dancers aren't going to do well in the instant dance challenge. And I say bad dancers because that's overbroad. That's not fair. But and I'm classifying them unfairly, but like the weaker dancers are not going to do good at this type of challenge. Our stronger dancers are. This challenge was a failure from Dwight from the beginning, much less his dance style and the song choice. But that's neither here nor there. He got an 8 from Kirian, a 7 from Derek, and a 7 from Bruno, which felt insane because we haven't seen 7s in weeks. We haven't seen 7s in weeks. So he got a 22 out of 30 for his instant dance challenge. This would be
my 13th reason.
I can't.
And he like gets shit on by the judges and he goes, all right, thank you, judges. And I was like, God bless you, Dwight. You have the best attitude. Like, yeah. And that's the thing that like, say what you want about Dwight and his dance ability, whatever. He has been a joy to have on this show, honestly.
Yeah. No, I'd much rather have someone who wants to be there and is having fun being there than someone who's amazing and can't stand being there. So.
Right. I don't know. I thought this whole thing was an insult to the audience and they've hyped up this 500th episode and then they give us nothing.
Nothing.
They said, we hope you're hungry for nothing.
Okay, so next up for the Instant Dance Challenge, we had Steven and Riley's Jive to Love is Embarrassing by Olivia Rodrigo. We had Steven and Riley jump right in to their jive. Steven is lit for the jive. Riley did an audible yes when they called the jive for them. I think Steven's biggest issue is his timing. Steven is the perfect example of why these people needed practice for their dances, him along with, everybody else except for Chandler, of why we needed practice. Steven is a whole song ahead of Riley in the stands. This man is like so ready to instantly be done with the instant dance challenge as all of us were. But he he just like blew through this dance and did not stop for a second. I mean, he almost like when he jumped over her at the end completely crooked, like his body went a mile the wrong direction. But hey, they survived it. They got through it. He did it. He really did do a good job, all things considered.
He was fighting for his life out there. He was like, how can I get through this as quickly as possible? I'll just do it as quickly as possible.
Yes. And
Like,
Riley can't even keep up with him.
no. Was this song by Olivia Rodrigo or Big Time Rush? Because he was rushing big time.
The covers were so rough tonight.
Yeah. So this was, it was like every other dance was, where they gaslit us and were like, oh my God, we have to do this. And then pulled out a dance with choreography, and it wasn't great, but it was fine.
Right.
They survived. I mean,
Yeah.
I just feel like we all, us, the rest of the viewers, the stars, the pros, we all deserved better for the 500th episode. Instead of seeing repeated dance, but done worse than originally.
Yes, and a made-up challenge, something that they tried to make interesting and cool. That was just a big flop. It was a big flop.
And they really thought they did something with the silhouettes, like, and change it, like, ooh, sexy, scandalous. Everyone's like,
The only person who made that fun was Dwight when he was like pretending, to be funny in there. And I'm like, boy, you need to get out on that dance floor and start
and
dancing.
practice.
I knew that Danny was probably like, Dwight, get dressed. You need to hurry up and get dressed. So that was funny. But anyway, Stephen and Riley. Stephen got a 9 from Carrie Ann, an 8 from Derek, and an 8 from Bruno. Whatever. Like, I have no opinions on these scores because they were all bad.
No, once we got the first scores for Joey and I realized they were scoring on a scale of 1 to 10, I was like, we're so cooked.
We're cooked. Okay, next up, Chandler and Brandon, Cha 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 to Apple by Charlie XCX. I think the apple's rotten right to the core. Bump, bump. Yeah, literally, bump, bump. I wish they would have whipped that out, but
I know, I was really hoping for some TikTok, like
that.
choreo.
You know that. Maybe it was TikTok sponsored tonight with the Apple by Charlie XCX. Maybe that was like an Easter egg. It was TikTok sponsored.
All right. Here's when I got really pissed and annoyed and frustrated.
Uh-oh.
So I love Chandler. I love Chandler and Brandon. I think they're really great. She turned on her Disney Channel star switch. She's looking through the costume rack and she goes, oh, and picks one up and runs to the dressing room. And I was like, bruh, why are y'all playing us so hard right now?
Yeah.
I love you. Like, please, I'm rooting for you. Don't do this to us. We know better. We've been around for a long time. Even people who haven't been around for a long time know. They know.
She was so giggly and so happy when that dance got called that I knew immediately. I was like, they have this in the bag. Like, they practiced a cha-cha. They knew a cha-cha. I don't know. And I'm not saying they have a leg up anyway, regardless, because Chandler is the best dancer on the show.
Absolutely.
She knows how to dance. We know that. I'm not just saying that's the only reason, but there was something about when this style was called and how giggly they were in their practice right before it started. Like, she's out there having the time of her life because she knows, she's like, we practiced a cha-cha, we knew a cha-cha. But I will say, like, I could see what Brandon was saying, that he choreographed not enough. Like, he realized when they got their song, he was like, oh, I'm like 4/8 counts too short. We're going to have to wing it at the end. She's the perfect partner to wing it with. But they had to pretend in their little practice warm-up that they didn't have a perfect dance already picked out and choreographed. And if anybody was going to have that advantage, it was them. And this night just really worked out super well for them. I don't think it was like built for their advantage or like they were cheater. Like, I'm not going to say that. They're just the best left. And tonight they just really separated from the pack, and everybody else looked like major amateurs, and those two look like professionals.
This is the problem with this entire concept, is that when you have someone who has dance training and is a more natural dancer,
Yeah.
They are going to be able to adapt to choreography, quote unquote,
Anything.
on the spot. And like, okay, cool. She proved it. Like, I was really nervous though that this was going to wind up like we've seen in the past,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
coming around and biting her in the butt and being like,
Well, you don't need our votes because you're the best.
well, not even that. People are going to be like, you're a dancer. Clearly, you proved it. I don't want to vote for, I'd rather vote for someone who's an underdog. So I was like, this could have come back and bitten her, but it, spoiler alert, it didn't.
Yeah.
But I was just like, cool, you proved your point that she's the best dancer. We've known this the entire season.
Yeah, I just would have. It just goes all the way back to we just could have gotten so much more and something so much cooler than this. And instead of just being entertained and really impressed by one dance, which was Chandler and Brandon's, I would have loved an opportunity to see more. And I was over it at this point. By the time Chandler and Brandon went, I was over the instant dance challenge and I didn't care about it anymore. And it didn't have any credibility for me anymore. So then their scores come and they get another perfect score, the second perfect score of the season and of the night. I was just like, oh, come on, guys. Like, I don't know.
So this is what I talked about last week too. I was like, imagine you get 9s or 8s or God forbid 7s on your dance that you practiced for 2 weeks, quote unquote 2 weeks. They said they gave them last week off. I don't know.
They had some time off, I think.
Right. So you've practiced a dance for over a week and you get 8s or 9s. Someone comes out and instant dances.
Yeah.
And gets a perfect score. You'd never see this face again. Nope. I would exit.
Never again.
I would exit stage left and like, what was this? Instead of Dancing with the Stars, this was, all right, guys, we watched Dancing with the Stars for the first hour, and the second hour of the show is going to be called Making Couples Feel Bad and Embarrassed of Themselves on Live TV.
Yeah.
What was the goal of this? What was the goal? What was the optimal result of this?
It was a lame challenge. It sucked. There was nothing good about it.
But like, honestly, best case scenario, what happens? Everyone comes out and slays the house down and everyone's like, wow, is that it?
Yeah.
In a dance that we've already seen them all do?
I hated it. Big time hate. Big time rush, big time hate. Alona and Alan had a salsa to "Duh Dip" by Freak Nasty, as Alfonso said. He enunciated the words "Duh Dip" and "Freak Nasty" as hilariously as humanly possible. And everyone was like, what song? Wait a second, because no one knows this song by the name "Duh Dip." No one knows the song by the name "Duh Dip."
The song is called "When I Dip You Dip We Dip."
Right. So, the cover was so slow, and Alona and Alan's salsa was so messy that it just like this. I feel like this one was I think this was a harder flop than Dwight and Daniela's.
Yeah.
And they went last. There was a lot of miscues. It was a very awkward dance, but I think Alona's personality really saved this one for her. They were having fun. As big of a mess and disaster as it was, they were still having fun.
I thought that this started so strong and with such promise. And then I realized how damn slow this song was going. And I was like, uh-oh.
We're screwed.
We're in trouble.
And then the lifts.
I fear we're cooked.
And then the lifts happened.
Everything about this, her dancing was so good. All of the lifts were a whole ass mess.
The parts that she did right, like the parts that she did well, looked 100% right. But the parts that were bad, as in the lifts and the flops, and it was bad. Those parts were bad. So I hated that for her. I hated that for her because she had already had such a good moment. And then they have to come out and do this. And then it's like, it cheapened the whole night for me.
Although I will say, I loved when she was like, in the skybox, she goes, well, can I show you guys my jive instead?
I know. She probably practiced the hell out of the jive thinking that's what they were going to get.
I know. Oh, crap. Really quick before, well, say Alona scores, and then I need to go back to Chandler for like 2 seconds.
All eights, Alona. She ate it up. Bye.
Ate it up, 24. Meh. Okay, back to Chandler. What in the Lisa Frank was going on with the background while she was dancing? With the dolphins / manatees / I think they were hippos, honestly. I couldn't even really watch her dancing because I was like, what the fuck is going on in the background?
Isn't that, and but like I said, isn't that the TikTok thing? Like, that's a TikTok theme that people are posting. It's like the Lisa Frank background, and it'll be something like, I just had a horrible day at work, but I have this to look forward to. Like, people will post that as a trend. And that's why the Apple song, like, all of that was so TikTok coded.
I don't know. I was so lost.
It was a very
Did anyone else have a background?
I don't think so.
And they were like
conspiracy. Conspiracy.
Okay, sorry. So then the instant dance challenge was over, and we all said, "Thank you, Jesus, sweet baby Jesus."
And all God's people said, "Amen." I hope to never see the instant dance challenge again. I hope to instantly cancel the instant dance challenge. I hope the hero cries on that one.
Yes, please. Dancing with the Stars production, if you're listening, please, God, never subject us to this again. Please.
So then after the last instant dance challenge, we learned that there is an elimination. And so all the couples line up. Worst part of the night, most dreaded part of the night.
Nope, not tonight. I was looking forward to this shit tonight because I was so over the instant dance challenge. I was like, not me looking forward to elimination for once in my life. I just need this to be over.
That's when you know it's bad, when you prefer elimination over the instant dance challenge.
Truly. And I knew this one was going to hurt like a bitch, but I was like, let's get to it. Come on. I'm ready.
First couple safe, Alona and Alan. Next, Steven and Riley. Then Danny and Whitney.
So also, let's talk about the fact that we started this shit in my time, Central Standard Time, it was 8:58 when they came back from commercial break for this. And I was like,
they give us no time.
No, and I was thinking, and I swear to God, the instant dance challenge took up more time than the actual dancing part did.
And that's what's frustrating too, because like when the finale comes around, we'll have 1 minute to learn the winner, and then it's over, and everyone gets to celebrate without us.
Yeah, what the hell?
So after that, then there are the last three, not necessarily the bottom three, the final three of the night, and that's Joey and Jenna, Chandler and Brandon, and Dwight and Daniela, which at this point we're all like, okay, it's got to be Dwight. There's no way that it could be these other two.
So I looked at my watch when we got down to the quote-unquote bottom three, but not necessarily the bottom three. It was 9 o'clock on the dot, and I was like, they're going to keep them all because there's just not going to be time to eliminate someone and have a little mini press conference with them. So that was the first time I was like, maybe they will keep them all. I don't know. They didn't. Spoiler alert, they did not.
They did not. So then they announced Dwight and Daniela as the couple that's going home. And then I feel like we could all kind of take a collective sigh of relief, a breath of fresh air, knowing that Dwight went out on a high. I'm happy that Dwight went out now instead of a couple weeks ago, even though it was Dwight's time, but it could have been Dwight's time anytime. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we got some really cool dances from Daniela and some great moments that we will get to point back to and think about. But it was his time to go. And I feel like it's just kind of crazy how everything has really shook down the season. We haven't had a shocking elimination yet, knock on wood, because I think that means that it's coming next week.
Well, I feel like Jen was pretty shocking just in the fact that she was better than Dwight.
And arguably others, like Ilona or Steven.
Correct. But, I mean, even still, like, I don't think anyone expected her to win, so it wasn't the most shocking. It was just like, oh, wow, I expected her to last a little bit longer.
Right.
And now, like, I was simultaneously sad to see Dwight go, but I was also very at peace with this. I felt like it was the right call. I felt like we collectively, like, voted correctly. And now, truly, next week, I have no idea what to expect. I feel like
No clue.
it's gonna, it will be a shocking elimination because for the sheer fact that I have no idea who it's gonna be.
Someone in the group, and I don't remember her name, but she said next week is going to be the worst week of my life.
It was Dana.
Dana said next week will be the worst week of my life.
And she is a Danny stan.
So I agree. Like, next week is just going to be hard no matter who it is, because I really feel like at this point, while Chandler has extremely separated herself from the pack as clearly the best dancer, a lot of times the best dancer does not win this show. These final 5 right now, this is anybody's mirror ball.
Honestly, yeah, no, you're right. It could go any single direction. I have no idea.
I would like to say so far, my prediction, I have at least made all of my people that I guessed would be in the finale are still here. So, and there's only 5 left. So I'm really proud of myself for that.
I don't have a comment on that.
But you did really well too. You did well on your predictions too. I'm just better.
Okay, for once in your life, whatever.
No, literally.
I'll let it slide because it's your birthday.
It is my birthday, especially. It is my birthday now too. So
yep, HBD.
A birthday girl is always right.
Yeah, birthday girl is right twice a day.
But anyway, I'm nervous about next week. It says so. Next week is the semifinals because we have next week and then the finale. Each couple will perform one unlearned ballroom dance and one unlearned Latin dance. So next week is a 2-dance week where they will actually have time to learn their dances. How about that?
Oh my God, a miracle. What a concept.
Thank God.
It's almost like it's called Dancing with the Stars and not Improv with the Stars. Oh, they have that already. It's called Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I can't. But anyway, I'm excited for next week, but I'm also terrified and scared and nervous and dreading it.
Yes, I am right there with you. I like that they're going to do ballroom and Latin. So that's going to be very interesting.
Yes, I can't wait.
But hey,
I hope the songs are good.
Fingers crossed. Hope costuming's good. And you know what? For what it's worth, we survived instant dance night, and we are going to instantly erase it from our memory. And you know, we're back, baby. We're back and better than ever. And next week is the semifinals. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. We're going to have the best time, hopefully.
Oh.
What?
Final predictions. Do you think we're going to take all 5 to the finale, or do you think we're going to take 4?
I hope we take 4, as much as it breaks my heart.
Okay. I feel like we could take all of these guys and gals. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
But what do you want? What do you want to happen?
That's a hard question because I feel like 4 gives us more time, but 5 would be fine with me just because it would mean that everyone has another chance. But again, I also just wish they'd be a little bit more transparent and honest about who's really at the bottom and who needs our votes, because I kind of feel like it could be the people that we don't expect. But that's it for me.
As long as they don't come down on giant mirror balls again, they can do whatever they want.
Honestly, yeah, that's true. But they've got those things in storage and they're probably ready to use them. So.
Yep. I'm sure they used 2 tonight for the 500.
Oh, they probably did. But anyway, we'll see you guys.
Jason Mraz's mirror balls might have been on one of those mirror balls.
I miss him. But next week, semifinals, cannot believe it. I am excited.
Oh my God. We're nearing the end, the bitter end, but we love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. Join us on any and all of your preferred social media platforms. And we'll see you guys in a week.
Love ya.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye, guys. See you next time.